Hey friend, if you've been paying attention to current events over the last weeks, months, or even last couple of years, you'll know that AI or artificial intelligence is all the rage. It seems to be all that anybody is talking about anymore. And you may be concerned about the impact this could have on the creator community, right? How do we cement ourselves as long-term content creators in the wake of this technology that's developing so rapidly? Most days it feels like we're living in a Terminator movie. Well, friend, I'm going to break it down for you here today. You'll find that there are just a couple of things that may need to shift so that you can become AI proof, which I believe you will find at the end of this video. So I'm going to get started by talking about the two different types of content creators I believe are out there. There may be some outliers or some other concepts. The way I see it, you're either an entertainer, right? You're coming on either, performing or making music. Maybe you're just manicuring golf course lawns, because that's fun to watch and I do enjoy that. It's pretty therapeutic. Or you're an educator and you're here to teach people, much like I'm doing here with Guided Productions. In a lot of cases, these will overlap, right? If you're teaching in a fun, entertaining way, some people will come just to see your teaching style, and vice versa. If you're entertaining in a way that also teaches a concept, there's not one or the other. A lot of them will cross and blur lines. I want to talk to the entertainer here for a moment. I actually believe that you are in a sweet spot, right? Being able to create some type of entertaining material to put on the internet. Now, if we go all the way back to the beginning of time, I have to imagine that what was funny then probably isn't funny today, or it just looks a lot different. And so humans have had this natural ability to adapt over time and innovate. Something that I think AI is going to be really poor at is the human experience, right? It will never be able to truly identify as a human being and feel and have emotions and sympathy and empathy and heartbreak and laughter. These are all things that are only true to the human experience. And so you as the entertainer, you get to play directly to that person, a real person, not a computer. And so I think that really gives you a huge advantage here. So there's not a whole lot that I'm going to say to the entertainer, except for the fact that if you are creating content using AI, it could diminish your credibility. What's going to happen over time is people will start to seek out that human connection, that human engagement, right? That boutique human experience. When everything else is going AI and becoming computer generated, we're going to start to sift out the things that are real. And so I would just say to you, the entertainer, be authentic in your craft, hone your skills, and you are going to be just fine. Now, moving on to the educator. This is going to be the person who has created a channel or created a website, a resource that people can come to and learn about things, whatever it is that they want to learn about. I just watched a video. In my opinion, this is probably the best automotive tutorial of my life to change the alternator on my Honda Odyssey minivan. It was incredible. And that's it was amazing. A computer could tell me that, but I got to see this person put their hands in the engine bay. They warned me about things that were going to happen and pieces that you would probably need to remove to be able to get the thing out. And it was so helpful to just be able to walk right alongside that person so that I could get the result that I was looking for, which was in fact putting a new alternator inside my minivan. Now, much like I do here at Guided Productions, I've created this channel to help people learn about video production as a whole, learn about camera gear, microphones, all of that sort of thing. So what is it that we as education content creators are competing against? Well, we're largely competing against the fact that education or information, if you will, is free and wildly accessible. You can type any question you want into ChatGPT and it's going to give you the answer that you're looking for. Knowledge is not something that we have to seek anymore. Everybody has it right here in the palm of their hand. And so being able to have access to that, this treasure trove of information, well, what does that do to the educator? If I'm teaching you a concept about how to light your subject, and you could go to ChatGPT and type in the same thing, it's going to tell you exactly what you need to light your subject. So the first thing that I would say to educators online is people haven't been paying for information for a very long time. Ever since the dawn of Google, when you could just type things into the internet, that's exactly what people have been doing. And so we don't need to be scared at the fact that information is so readily available. Information's always been readily available, at least in our generation it has. In the age of the internet and how things have advanced over time, it's so easy to get access to information. So what shift is it that we need to make here in the education space? Well, instead of being the source of information, we need to be the guide to transformation. So let me explain what I mean by that. Rather than spewing information and just saying, here's what you can do, this is what I can teach you, the information that you could just plug right into ChatGPT or Claude or any other open AI system and get the answers that you're looking for, heck, even Google. Rather than that, you need to focus on the end result, the transformation. So for example, what this might look like, let's say as a fitness trainer, right? Maybe you teach workout programs online. Well, it's not so much the workout program that you're focusing on, but it is the end result. It's a coaching experience where you provide accountability, right? Where you may come alongside somebody and analyze fitness photos over time to track their progress. You're going to help them through their calorie intake and their diet. It is an entire transformation, but you are there with them every step of the way. So here's the difference. Rather than just paying for information, folks are going to be lining up to pay for you, for access to you, the coach, right? The one who is going to bring them to this transformative result. That is what we're looking for. So going all the way back here, we're looking at the difference between entertainers and educators online in the content creation space. We know that AI is creating and producing content of its own, so much so that YouTube has even cracked down on the use of AI to help real life humans be able to produce content and stand out amongst the noise. But it's not so much the information, the education, the content itself. It is so much more than that. And it's what you can package and bring along to the table. So the good thing is you don't need to rip and replace anything. You don't need to buy anything. And to say that there's competition is kind of moot. We're really just talking about a perspective shift, right? We're going from this to that. So instead of focusing on developing content that just teaches somebody, you may package a coaching program that utilizes the education that you've already created or that you continue to develop. Maybe you're creating a course, maybe you're walking somebody through something like that. But at the end, you're going to be meeting with them one-on-one, either virtually or in a group setting, right? Group coaching, memberships, that sort of thing, subscriptions. And so by shifting our perspective from just creating information and giving information, we are taking that information, packaging it into a coaching program that gives access to you, the coach, or in this case, the guide, or even a mentor, if you think about it that way. That is going to make you stand out so far from AI because a computer will never be able to feel, it will never be able to have empathy and sympathy and heartbreak. All the things I mentioned at the beginning, the human experience, that is vital to having transformative results in the areas that are most important to the people you're working with. Friend, I hope you find that encouraging. I know I do. I know that I did when I first heard that. My business mentor, the gentleman that I tend to go to or pay close attention to is Graham Cochran. You can check him out at grahamcochran.com. I've learned so much from him, and he talks a lot about AI and what that looks like in terms of content creation. I would encourage you to check him out as well. Friend, if you do want to learn more, we're talking about information. If you do want to learn more about video production, I imagine you stumbled on this channel because you were probably looking to learn more about video production or how to operate your camera, set up your lights, how to tell a story, how to edit a video. Go to guidedproductions.com/bettervideoguide. You can download a free copy of my 6 steps to creating better video, and I will talk you through all of those things. Yes, it is counterintuitive to everything I've just said here today because you could type it into ChatGPT and probably get all the same information. But mine has my picture on it, and it's an 18-page PDF that I think will be really handy, and it has a downloadable checklist that I've packaged it. Better yet, if you have any questions as you're walking through that guide, friend, you can contact me. You can leave a comment. I think YouTube's even putting out a direct chat feature. If not, I'm on Instagram at Guided Productions. Hit me up there as well. I'm here to be a resource for you. I want to be your guide, your coach. You have access to me, so take advantage of it. Friend, I'm so glad that we got to spend this time together. If you do have questions, leave a comment. If you like this type of content, consider subscribing or sharing with a friend. And I will see you on another one real soon.